though he had tried to brace himself. A thin man arrived on the scene, and the attacker's gesture froze. He lowered the cudgel to his side and stepped back. The thin, wiry man was dressed all in black. He shot an icy glare at Aslak and the man with the cudgel, who recoiled and glanced away. "Search him." Two men stepped forward, relieved that the silence had been broken. They tore the Laplander's cloak from his back. "No sense in resisting, savage devil." Aslak said nothing. He did not resist, but still the men were terrified. His pain was overwhelming. He was pouring blood. The men pulled him this way and that, forced him to drop his reindeer skin leggings, pulled off his boots and his four-cornered hat. One of them hurled it into the distance, taking care to spit on it first. The other took Aslak's knife, its handle crafted from antler and birch wood. "Where have you hidden it?" The wind rose, blowing across the tundra. It did him good to feel it. "Where, vile demon?" shouted the man in black, his voice full of menace. Even his companions took a step back. The man in black began a silent prayer. The wind dropped, and the first mosquitoes appeared. The sun secured its foothold on the flank of the mountain. Aslak's head lolled painfully. He hardly felt the fresh blow of the cudgel as it half-shattered his temple. The pain woke him, near unbearable pain, as if his head would burst. The sun was high now. The stench was all around him. Men, women, and children were bending over him. Their teeth were rotten. They were in rags. They looked murderous, reeking of fear and ignorance. He lay stretched out on the grounds. Flies had replaced the mosquitoes, clustering at his gaping wounds. The small crowd parted, and the man in black stepped forward. Pastor Norius. "Where is it?" Aslak felt feverish. His filthy tunic was soaked in blood. The smell of it dulled his senses. A woman spat at him. Children laughed. The pastor slapped the child nearest him. Aslak thought of his own son, how he had tried to cure his sickness by invoking the gods of his own people, the Sami. The children hid behind their mother. "Where have you left it?" A man in a sky-blue shirt stepped forward and whispered in the pastor's ear. The pastor gave no reaction, then jerked his head. The man in blue held out his hand to Aslak. Two others caught him under the arms, heaving him to his feet. The Laplander gave a sharp cry, his face a mask of pain. The men dragged him to the low wooden house used for village business. "See these vile icons?" The Lutheran pastor began his interrogation. "Do you recognize them?" Aslak was barely able to breathe. The pain beat against his skull. The heat rose. His wounds itched appallingly, seething with flies. His torn cheek swarmed with life. Villagers piled into the room. The heat became suffocating. "The swine is riddled with maggots already," said one of the men, grimacing in disgust. His spittle stung Aslak's skin like a dagger point. "Enough!" shouted the pastor. "You will be judged, Sami devil." He thumped the thick pine log table, calling for silence. These country people sickened Norius. All he wanted was to get back to Uppsala as quickly as possible. "Silence, all of you! Show some respect to your god and king!" His dark gaze fell on the icons of the Sami gods and the image of Tor. "Lap, have these icons ever brought you the slightest good?" Aslak's eyes were half-closed. He pictured the lakes of his childhood, the mountains he had roamed so often, the dense tundra he loved to explore, the dwarf birch trees whose wood he had learned to carve. "Sami!" Aslak's eyes remained closed. He swayed slightly. "They brought healing," he whispered, his breath rattling. "Better than your god." A murmur ran around the room. "Silence!"